Assalamu'alaykum UmmahFam, my dear Ummarpreneurs. In this video, I'm going to talk about the number one biggest mistake that most entrepreneurs are making in their businesses that is causing them to not achieve the success that they want, not get the results that they want, and ultimately be stuck in their current position. So if you want to know what that number one biggest mistake is, stay tuned because we're going to talk about it and talk about how to solve it. Let's dive right in. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. All right, so you want to know what is the number one biggest mistake that most entrepreneurs are making right now that is causing them to really get inconsistent results and really not achieve the growth in their business that they want. And ultimately what I found after coaching over 100 Muslim entrepreneurs in 100 different industries and consulting dozens of entrepreneurs that are high-level CEOs of companies, one thing that I found, one common trait in those entrepreneurs who don't really see the success that they want is really consistency. Or more specifically, if I were to flip it around, inconsistency. You see, a lot of people underestimate the amount of effort and consistency it takes to build a business. And I won't sugarcoat it right now. Building a business from scratch requires a tremendous amount of consistency. Not only will it require you to, be excited about the initial few steps and initial few days where, you're mapping out all of your ideas and you're getting super excited and pumped up about releasing this new product or service or program, and things are, looking all rosy and you're so fired up. But the difference maker is going to be in those next few weeks after you've mapped out your idea, you're ready to go, and it comes time to put in the work. And I believe that the core driver behind why many entrepreneurs are inconsistent in their business, meaning they work one day and they stop working on it the next, or maybe they post one day and they stop posting the next, is because they underestimate the amount of effort it takes to see results. A lot of entrepreneurs, when starting off, and I really don't blame them, it's the fault of all these gurus out there that are, pushing, making $1 million in 12 weeks, or, I'll help you get rich in 7 days, which is absolutely ridiculous, right? That you can't build any business in 7 days. And then they're kind of promoting this false idea of how quickly you can succeed in business and how quickly you can get to your goals. And what this causes is that a lot of entrepreneurs go into business thinking it's going to be easy breezy. They're going to follow the templates, they're going to do the work. And, if they watch 1 or 2 YouTube videos and go and build their e-commerce store or, build out their marketing service or agency, that they're going to get clients and they're going to get to 6 figures within 3 weeks. And really the problem here is that the image or the expectation of how much effort it takes to move the needle in business is completely wrong. So if you are starting from scratch and you are building a business from the ground up, let's think of a needle, right? Like an RPM of a car. So if you want the RPM of a car to go up, okay? Well, if you're starting from scratch, you need to turn on the car and the engine needs to get fired up, and then you need to push down the gas, and then the RPM is going to slowly go until it really starts going faster and faster as you increase in speeds, right? And so what happens is in business, it's very much the same thing. In business, you have to first start the car, which is map out all the foundations, get your business plan and everything fully built out, ready to go. And then you have to start pushing on the gas. And a lot of people underestimate. They think, I'm just going to tap on the gas lightly. I'm going to put out 1 social media post. I'm going to put out 1 piece of content, and that should net me a client and things should be all rosy from here. And they just tap on the gas and the RPM, the needle barely moves, and they wonder, why are things not working out? And ultimately they give up, they stop working on it, or they're inconsistent, right? They put a post, nothing happens. They stop posting. They maybe put another post a week after, nothing happens, and they stop posting. And the problem is they're underestimating that if you want the RPM, you want the needle to keep moving upwards, you have to keep your foot on the gas, right? If you're in a car and you want the RPM needle to keep moving forward, you got to push on the gas and the needle is going to keep moving upwards. But if you're in a car and you push on the gas and the needle's starting to move and then you let go, what happens? The needle goes back down. And then you push on the gas and it goes up. And then what happens? You let go of the gas and it goes back down. Then you push on the gas and what happens? And it never has the chance to go up. it never has the chance to go all the way up. And it's really the exact same thing in business. If you're inconsistent, if you're putting work one day and not putting work the next, if you're putting out social media posts one day and not putting them out the next. If 1 month you're super consistent, you're sharing content, you're building an audience, you're getting clients, and then the other month you disappear because you don't feel like it or you're not motivated, what happens is the needle drops back down. And then when you start again, you're not starting from where you were, you're starting back from zero. And that really is the truth. Ask any entrepreneur out there. Whatever momentum you've built, as soon as you start being inconsistent and you put your pedal, you take your foot off the gas, off that gas pedal, that's it. It's going back down to zero. It's going back down to zero. Now look, if it was really high, it's going to take a bit more time to go back down to zero. If you really pump the gas up and it goes all the way up and then you take your foot off the gas a bit, it's not going to go all the way back down to zero. It's going to go slowly lower and lower. And then you put up the gas, bam, and you're good to go. You're going back up, right? Now, also the key is, as an entrepreneur, you don't have to be the person always putting your foot on the gas. Initially, it's just you, so you have no choice. You have to be the person putting your foot on the gas and the RPM goes up. But eventually, you want to hire a team and delegate where other people are there to keep putting their foot on the gas, and you can take your foot off the gas and go take a vacation to Aruba or wherever it is, the Maldives, wherever it is you want to go, right? And so really, the number one biggest mistake is that entrepreneurs underestimate the effort that it takes to get the RPM going, move the needle in their business, and they're inconsistent. They tap the gas pedal and they stop, and they tap it and they stop, and they tap it and they stop, and then they wonder why the business is never taking off, why things are never happening. And the reason why is you're inconsistent. You're not really putting forth effort for a long enough period of time to actually see results. And the only way that you see results in your business is if you put a consistent effort over a long period of time. And so even if you're only putting in 15 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day in your business, do not make the mistake of being inconsistent. Do not fall for the trap of putting your foot on the gas one day and removing it the next. Keep your foot on the gas until it goes up high enough where you can hire other people to keep their foot on the gas for you. And now you can take your foot off the gas and chill and go vacation and do whatever it is you want to do. And that's my tip for you guys. I hope you guys understood that metaphor and that it benefited you. And if it did, make sure to like the video below and subscribe and let me know in the comments what you think. And I will see you in the next one, guys. Take care. Assalamu'alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.